Hi everyone, welcome. Today you have a chance because you will hear a precious testimonial. Together we will back to know the origin of the American werewolf and also encounters with the dogman. I would like to say thank you so much, Craig, to have accepted my invitation to come here for share your stories on my channel, and thank you also, Chris, to have helped me. So if you have crossed or saw this beast one day in your life, please contact me on my email box and I will take time to treat your encounter with a lot of serious and expose here and translate for French people, and I will also leave the original version in English. And if you like my work and you want to support me, please don't forget to subscribe and like. It's very important for me, and thank you in advance. So no time to lose, enjoy to watching, and welcome to Mystery Connection.
I'm from Belcourt, North Dakota, and we lived right on the border of Canada. In our particular area, we have buffalo surrounding the north and the south of our town, along with plentiful elk, moose, and deer.
Craig, I would like to know, I'm French witness about a black massive look like werewolf here in France. So I'm so happy to be here because it's very important for me to try to connect different witnesses on around the world, US, Canada, South of America, and France, for maybe have a big evolution on this topic in the future. So Craig, I have already pushed to record this video, this interview. So you have introduced yourself. Now my first question is, this encounter you have lived, it was a long time?
2003.
Okay.
And I was working as a maintenance man in a resort at one of our local Lake Metagoshi State Parks, it's called. It's a state park where we go for picnics and the kids get to swim, and nice beach and area. It's beautiful there. And it's where everybody goes for 4th of July to watch the fireworks.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So it's a big deal, and there's going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And the day before my encounter, it was July 3rd. So I knew there was going to be a lot of people there.
Okay.
It's a beautiful state park here, almost by Canada as well.
All right.
And there's a plentiful deer there that just stay in the park because there's no firearms allowed around this whole area. So as I was entering the park that morning to go to work in my car, there's a long lake drive that goes all the way around the lake. and it has a bike path as well.
Is that the 3rd July that you had your encounter in the morning while you were going to your job?
Yes. Just before I get to work, it's about 15 minutes to 7 o'clock, and the sun is just coming up. So it's still a little dark, but the sun is just rising, and it's starting to be a beautiful morning. And I see 2 deer running out of the park on the bike path, which you don't see them running too often because there is no reason to harm them, so they're tame. And I also noticed a young boy about a mile down the road who was jogging every morning. He was getting in shape for a marathon, and he would jog every morning at that time, and I waved to him. And as soon as I turned my body to wave to him, I heard nails on the concrete coming across the road, and I immediately turned and stopped because I thought I was going to hit the boy's dog. But it was this massive, kind of looked like the thing from American Werewolf in London.
Oh, really? Wow.
Part grizzly bear and part wolf head. And it looked right into my eyes and had the biggest yellow, like if you held a beer glass up to the light, it just glowed.
Yeah.
That yellow.
It glows. It was not a reflection, it was glowing.
Yes.
Because your
the sun was cracking up, just coming up behind it, and yeah, I seen it like just feet away from my car because I almost hit it. And when I seen that and looked into its eyes, it let out a growl that turned into a roar that shook my whole car and myself.
Yeah.
Greg, when you turn yourself, you were in a car. You were
Yes.
driving. Okay.
Yeah.
What was your speed at the time, you think?
About maybe 25 to 30 is the speed limit there. Around
Miles per hour. Okay. So it's quite slow, but not too slow.
Yeah.
And when you hear the claws on the concrete, did you think about a bear or something else, or?
It sounded like a big dog, with the nail clipped, and that's how they sound when they're running on the pave. When you walk your dog,
Yes.
you could hear that. You remember that noise.
It's quite peculiar noise that we know. You were in your car, you turn aside and you see this creature with these yellow glowing eyes and the sun behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
That's correct. Okay, and like I said, as soon as I looked at it, it looked hungry, and I could tell that's what the deer were running from. And it let out that roar, and like I said, it shook my car. It felt like deep bass speakers.
Yes.
Honest
Vibration.
Yes. It
It's
just
vibration.
Wow.
shook my whole body, my whole car shook. And then when it raised its claws up to swipe at my car, I put it in reverse and I kicked it back about 15 feet from it. And that's when it turned and it looked towards the boy that was running on the road, on the thing. And when it looked towards him, I immediately hollered out my window, "You better run." I hollered as loud as I could, "Run! You better run!"
Yeah.
And this little kid was already jogging. So he thought I was trying to mess with him, trying to razz him up. Because he's already run. So he flips me the bird. And
Everything is okay.
what
Ah, moi j'ai compris, mais.
Such a crazy situation.
Yeah.
You were the creature. You identify this creature as a dogman. He was on 2 feet or on four legs.
4.
He was on 4, but very high. How high you estimate it?
I'd say the back part of its hair that was sticking up was probably higher than my little car. I have a little Chevy Cavalier, so yeah, it was bigger than my car. My car would have got demolished by it.
C'est un monstre.
Like bigger
It
than
had a silver back. I remember it having a silver back on it, and the rest of it was all black.
all black with a silver back.
Yes.
Lines.
Yeah, like a line from its head, top of its head, all the way down its back.
The Joker didn't realize and haven't seen this creature, this dogman.
No.
That's why he gave you this sign. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
So what happened at this moment when you were trying to warn this young guy jogging?
As soon as I yelled as loud as I could, it looked back at me like I ruined its meal and dipped into the brush, which was right next to the bike path, and it must have cut off for those deer, because those deer were following the bike path, and I figured it was going for the 2 deer, and it left me and the boy alone.
Lucky.
I reported it to the police and the park rangers, and my boss, just because it was 4th of July the next day, a big day for business.
Yeah, firework and party time.
Well, not to say anything to anybody about it. He didn't want to ruin it.
To avoid any problems in that day for the 4th of July.
Do you think you have a cover-up on your encounter? Because just next day is July 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just coincidentally, that summer, that week, there was a big fire in Canada.
Yeah.
Which forced a lot of animals towards our way. You know, no place for them to go.
Mm.
And lately, with all these windmills going up, these hydro farms everywhere, there's no place for them the dogmen to hunt.
Yeah.
Now they're coming to our town.
Mm.
So you think they get refuge in your on your side of the limits? I mean, in your park, and
Yes.
that's why you get these encounters.
Yes, because we're surrounded by wildlife refuge areas.
So Craig, about this encounter, soon after the dogman get back on the deer tracks, have you seen it running on 2 legs, or it always stays on 4 legs?
So far, every encounter I've had, I've only seen him on 4 legs.
All right.
Yeah, I've never seen them stand up. No.
You had several encounters?
Time they were running.
Okay.
They were chasing after deer usually.
Right. Okay.
And this past summer was the most I've ever seen any. Since we all were in isolation, I think it was pretty quiet out in those woods, in the country roads. So it might have brought them closer in, thinking, they had a lot more area now.
All right. For this summer of 2003, you speak. Okay.
Yes. Since 2003, I haven't seen any, because I've looked, and I've tried to keep myself safe and away from them. And this is the only time since then that I've seen them again.
Okay. So you had only this encounter, no other one lately.
No, I had the one 2003, and then about 3 encounters myself this fall and summer of 2001, or 2021, I mean.
Oh, you had encounters last year.
Yes.
Oh, you have meet again?
Summer.
Yeah, I posted all this stuff on the North American Dogman project.
Okay.
All right.
I have about 4 stories on there. I also shared my uncle's story on there, which he encountered one as well. He lives down the road from me. So this past summer, they've been a lot of sightings in the area.
Craig, do you think your relatives, your uncle, will agree to tell us his story like you do now?
He might believe it.
Like we translate and with the video, the conf call, and it will be if he agree and if you can speak about how the things go with Virgil and Connexion Mystère channel on YouTube, and I think it will be a great idea for everyone if you agree.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll ask about it. Yeah.
Since your first encounter in 2003, have you heard about cattle mutilation or pet disappearance or weird facts about the dogmen around your surroundings or relatives or neighbors?
Yeah.
So dang, yeah.
They think it was because of mountain lions, though. We have a lot of trees in town, so they think mountain lions were using trees to get from house to house, and they would snatch cats and dogs that weren't brought in at night. So, and these were big dogs, like pit bulls. So this summer, about 4 of the biggest pit bulls in town went missing, and their owners were looking all over town for them. And that's about the time of the sightings we had outside of town, you know.
And it was in which year was that? In 2003?
No, that was this year, 2021.
Craig, do you think that the mountain lion can do that, or you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Not 4 in a night. No, I don't think so. That sounded
4
something.
in a night.
Yeah.
It was not 4 all for the summer period. It was 4 in one night.
Yes.
Yes, that's quite a lot. And I think predators like mountain lion don't kill for fun. They kill to eat and to feed.
Yes.
Any predator, even a bear or a grizzly, will not do that. It's my personal point of view, but I think you know wildlife better than me, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think these were getting rid of the anything that would make noise is a meal for them, or you know what I mean. Yeah. It seems like when a dogman is in the area, all the wildlife goes quiet.
Yes, it's always a fact that lots of witnesses reports.
Yeah, Craig, I would like to know only one creature, maybe more, not just only one.
I think there's a whole civilization of them that live under the earth, along with Bigfoot. I think they have a lot of place to live underground. They have fresh water. They have a normal temperature 24 hours a day underground. I think they just need to come up to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there lots of caves in your area?
Actually, there's a tunnel system that runs through the whole United States.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they've been using those, or they've dug their own. If you think about it, these things are powerful. And if you watch the dog dig, it doesn't take them long to dig a hole. These things can dig day and night without getting tired. I'm pretty sure they have their own civilization underground. And the government keeps it quiet for a reason, because they're very dangerous animals.
Craig, you qualify them as a civilization, like human tribes, or if I can compare to
Yes.
us, to human behavior, you tell the civilization. It's quite unusual kind of point of view. I mean, but I think you're right. I think you're right. It has to be proved, but there is so many people who see them here and there in United States, in Canada, and they get elusive like this. So your theory about them using the underground and digging their own tunnels is quite clever. Thank you for this.
They've survived the weather. They've survived catastrophes.
No.
They survived everything because they live underground. They survived plagues. You know.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, people say they vanish into thin air and they think they're magical, but they just disappear underground. You know, and in their own little rabbit holes.
Craig, you live in an area that there is Native American tribes, the Ojibwa.
Yeah.
Are you Native American blood, or
Yes.
or you? Yes. Okay. So maybe you can give us some answer about that. In your tribe culture, about the Native Americans and this creature, I think that there is legends speaking about them, about the dogman and the Bigfoot and other creatures that are quite qualified as paranormal, such as other things that. Can you give us your point of view about that, or what is told in your culture? Because it's very interesting for us to have this roots of this point of view of the Native Americans before, if it's possible, before European people arrive, and if you know it.
Okay. As far as I know, they've called them Loup-Garou.
Loup-Garou.
Yes. And they've described them the same as we have, as dogmen. And the only thing they would say is they come out at night and they only look for evil people that are out at night. It was kind of a way to keep kids in at night, like a scary story.
We have the same kind of law in European countries that if you want to be your kids to stay put and quiet, you tell them, I will call this kind of creature, and you will stay quiet. So, but it is truly a Native American, Native Indian. I mean, what is the name of the tribe you are from? Chippewa?
Turtle Mountain Banded Chippewa Indian.
Chippewa.
Yeah.
All right. And it's in your the roots of your Indian Chippewa tribe that these stories and legends are told from older to younger and passed from family to family, and it's quite interesting. But only to get this fact is only to get about the bad people. I mean, if there is someone which is behaving an adult man like me, you, or whoever, who is behaving badly, like is killing or is not respecting anything, they will come and get him.
Yeah.
Only him. Like if you behave good, you don't have much to.
Well, behave good and come in when it's dark.
Right. Okay. Come in when it's dark. Whatever is your nature. Craig, if we got back to your about the dogman facts recently happened, do you have some relatives, neighbors, or even people from your tribe who had encounters lately?
Yeah, my uncle and my best friend who was with me the night this summer that we were surrounded by them.
Okay, surrounded by them.
Yeah.
It's quite frightening.
Yeah, we were driving about 55 miles an hour too, and there was a deer that started running in the front of our car, in the headlights, and we were like, oh, it's keeping up with us, We were just watching it, and as soon as a light from inside the car caught this thing's eye, it looked over while it was running on the side of our car at me. And then I looked to his side, and there was one on his side running on the side of the car as well. And I told him to stop. As soon as he stopped, they moved into position where they were facing us on each side of the ditch. And I don't know what happened to the deer. The deer kept running. But I told him to hit his brights. And when he did, that's when we seen their bodies about this far. And they were pretty high. Pretty high. They were big. And black. All black. They moved away from the light right away. And moved back. And he didn't believe what he was seeing. So he ran his car almost into one. But it got away. And when we got into the ditch where they were, they surrounded the car, and that's when he got a look at what I've seen before. And he used his reverse camera to reverse back about a mile. He was so scared he wouldn't look up again. And I was looking towards the ditch so we wouldn't hit the ditch again. But we reversed for about a mile and got away from them. And that's the last time I seen them in the area. That was just, yeah.
And you were with your best friend and your uncle in a car?
No, just my best friend.
Best friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was alone in the car?
Yeah.
Or you were with him?
Just us two, yeah.
You and your best friend in the car, and that happened. So it's another encounter.
Yes. And that one as well, to the Dogman project.
Okay, but I don't know if we can get to this report in Dogman, North American Dogman project.
Okay.
You must leave maybe.
Okay. No. That's one of them. Before that, me and my wife were cruising the same back road, and pretty late. It was probably about 11 o'clock at night, and our car was lifted up and pulled back I'd say about 5 feet maybe backwards, and then let go, like we were a wind-up car. It just let us go. Right. And then when we stopped down the road a little ways, our two back tires were going flat. And when I was gonna take a jack out and try to fix it, I heard something in the trees, and I felt like I was being watched. So I told her, no, let's drive somewhere else, and we'll go change it somewhere else. I was with my wife, and she agreed. She said, let's go somewhere else then. And we went a few miles down the road, and we called her friend to come get us, because we didn't trust going outside the car after that. We couldn't explain what happened to us. It just felt like we were inside of a little play car, and something just lifted the whole thing up.
And you haven't you couldn't see what did this?
No, couldn't see what happened that time. Just about a week before that, though, I seen something on the same road, maybe about a mile from that spot, coming out of the cattails. And as soon as I spotted its eyes, it seen me point at it. I told my wife, look at that, what's that? And as soon as I pointed at it, it went back into the dark parts of the cattails. And
you identify it as a dogman?
It had a human type body. I couldn't see the head very well, but it was all black with a human. I didn't see ears, so I couldn't identify it as a canine.
Oh,
and but a week before that, this is all this summer.
Last year summer.
Yeah, me and my wife spotted a large timber wolf type animal crossing the road in front of us as we were taking a picture of the lake that's near us. This thing came running in front of the car because I guess we scared off some geese that it was going to try to get. It was in the water, the geese. But we both looked at it, and it did not run like a regular dog or wolf. It ran on all fours of, I don't know, we couldn't explain what kind of it was. But it looked like a large wolf.
It was looking like a timber wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
very...
it wasn't running like a dog.
Okay.
And that time me and my wife both seen it in broad daylight. And I said that had been a dog, man. It was that big, and if it ran like a cat, but it wasn't a cat, like a big mountain lion, but it looked like a wolf.
Did you make the difference between an arm and the front legs of a dog, or it was more like a arm, human arm?
The front legs were longer.
Yes.
That's why I think it was running weird.
And it had shoulder ball, more than usual dog legs. Like.
Yeah.
So this made this creature more half human, half dog.
Yeah.
And gave him this peculiar type of running. That's what. No.
I've never seen anything run like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And all of these encounters are north of our buffalo park that we've had this morning.
In North Dakota, Buffalo Park.
Population of buffalo are kept.
Which is in the same area as you live, where you live.
Yes.
Okay. Craig, each time you had these encounters with this kind of creature, they were on 4 legs. Did you ever saw them rise up on 2 legs?
No.
Never. Because
nope. I do, but I've never seen it. No. Every time I've seen them, they were on
4 legs.
They were running for a meal.
Yes, but always on 4 legs. Never. Any of your.
No standing up.
They were never rising from 4 legs, standing on 2 legs.
I think they only do that to intimidate people.
Okay. Or to climb 2 trees?
or to climb through trees.
Okay. And did you notice something about the front paws looking like raccoon hands or human hands? Or you couldn't?
No, I couldn't tell. And like even in my first encounter, all I remember is seeing claws like long as my hands, long as my fingers, coming at my car, you know, like that. And I don't remember seeing paws or anything like that.
It was more like 4-digit hands.
Yeah, it was like
with claws.
Four claws coming at my car. Yeah. Yeah.
Huge ones, long ones.
Yes. Yes.
How many how many inches?
I'd say about 3.5 inches, maybe long, like, something like that.
Which is like a grizzly claws as long, big grizzly claws. Okay.
Big black claws. Yeah.
Okay, fine. With your encounter with in 2003 with this young guy jogging, did you have any news about this young guy, or you left and?
I seen him the following morning.
Yeah.
And I explained to him that there was a large animal behind him, and that's why I told him to run. So he wouldn't tell his mother I was trying to bully him or anything like that. Yeah, I did tell him. And he giggled about it, and he said, "Sorry, I gave you the bird." You know, he said, "I'm sorry." I said,
"Okay." All right. He was still alive.
So he was still
alive to apologize.
Yes.
They're a very nice community there that live there, so
Oh.
I want to make sure I was in good standing there.
From your encounter in 2003 and the one you had, or what you heard about in 2021, it was always the same kind of head shape?
Yeah.
Always dog-like? And what about the ears? It was pointed long ears, or like wolf, or more round like a bear?
Pointed, yeah.
Pointed?
Like a wolf.
Like a wolf?
Yes.
Like a normal wolf, or not longer than...
I couldn't really tell because it's had its ears back and
yeah, like
hanging up, so I couldn't really tell. Maybe it made itself even look bigger.
But you couldn't see clearly what size they were.
The ears, no, I couldn't really tell. No, pretty much fixated on the eyes. You know.
And about the eyes, always the same type of glowing things from inside.
Pretty much, yeah. Because it seemed like they could see at night or something with them, like that.
Okay. Always like yellow, no other color like red or I don't know.
No.
Usually yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. And the pupils were round.
Yeah.
I would like to know when I have saw this beast here in France. I remember black color, very hairy, and I remember also yellow eyes, very big muscle like a bodybuilder, very big muscle, and eating something like a human, like you eat sandwich or burger. So I'm really shocked to see this creature just front of me, like maybe 3 or 4 meter. Yeah, very crazy. So, and I would like to tell you thank you so much to our share this encounter and your testimonial with French people for Mystery Connection. And yeah, unlimited thank you, Craig. And I hope to see you again here on my channel for maybe if you have another story tell me, to tell us. So always time is a pleasure to receive you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. As Virgil said, we will be very happy to welcome any one of your friends or relatives who want to speak about their encounters. Really, I appreciate and I am honored to meet Chippewa person. I am very sensible to this. I would like to have the Native American testimony about that fact, and thank you very much for your theory about the civilization, dogman civilization underground. And I think you are always welcome on the Connexion Mystère channel.
Thank you.
Keep in touch, take care, and take care of your family too.
Stay safe.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Bye everyone.
Stay connected to Mystery. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.